So in this lesson, we're going to be solving a system of linear equations of the form y equals mx plus b. They're linear because they're both lines. To solve is to find a point where they intersect. And it's a system because there's more than one equation. So if two lines do not intersect, they're parallel, and there will be no solution because the solution is where they intersect, and parallel lines don't intersect. If two lines are exactly the same, then there'll be an infinite number of solutions because each line it has the same points on it. So I like how they explain this particular problem here. They give two equations that are of the form y equals mx plus b. They're both y equals. So notice how they put these in red. Y equals both of these, so we just set them equal to each other. So for instance, if y equaled 3 and y equaled 3, then 3 is going to equal 3. So it's just saying that these two are the same amount. Then we solve by subtracting the term 5x from both sides. Then we're going to add 6, and then we'll divide by 3. Once we find x, we have to then plug in x and solve for y. They have a good question here. What if we use the other equation? It shouldn't matter because that point xy is going to be the same for each equation. It should work in both equations. And that's what it says. You're going to get the same value for y no matter what. And then to check, you can plug in 5 for x and 34 for y and just see if it makes a true statement. Okay, let's try some examples. So just like in the first example, we're going to set these two amounts equal to each other. So we have 9x equals 3x plus 24. So I'm going to put my railroad tracks in. I need to get rid of this 3x, so I'm going to subtract it. So 3x minus 3x is 0, and I'm left with 24. 9x minus 3x is 6x. Then I can go ahead and divide by 6. Since I have all my x's on the left and my constant on the right, I have x equals 4. So once I have x, I'm going to type it in, and then I'm going to try to figure out what y is. So y was 9 times x, and x was 4. So 9 times 4 is 36, and that is what y equals. Now we can check it if we want, but this is an easy way to check, is just hit check. If it's wrong, then I can redo it. It happens. Sometimes it's wrong. Here we go. We're going to do one more example, and I'm going to set these two amounts equal to each other. I have x plus 15 equals 7x minus 21. Now, since there are x's on both sides, I'm going to have to subtract. I'm going to subtract this x from here. This goes to 0, and I have 15 equals 6x minus 21. Now I have to get x all by itself, so I'm going to do inverse operations. I'm going to add 21 to get 36 equals 6x, and then I'm going to divide by 6 to get x equals 6. So I'm going to type in x equals 6, and then I'm going to solve for y. And y was x plus 15. So since x is 6, I'm going to add 15 to that and get 21. So y will be 21. Check that answer. There we go. That's going to be the end of the lesson.